To start off this problem, you begin by writing down x equals the square root of x plus 7 plus 5, which is your problem you will soon be solving. First, you need to isolate the radical, which is the square root of x plus 7. To get the radical isolated, you must subtract 5 from both sides of your current problem. You now currently have the problem x minus 5 equals the square root of x plus 7. With this problem, you may ask yourself, what do I do now? Well, what you should do to make this problem easiest on yourself is get rid of the radical. To get rid of the radical sign, you have to square both sides of your problem. So you square the square root of x plus 7 and square the left side of your problem, which is x minus 5. Now, by doing this, you get x plus 7 on the right side of the equal sign because squaring a radical gets rid of it. When you square the left side of the problem, you get x minus 5 squared. You then FOIL this problem, getting x times x, which equals x squared. You continue with the FOIL method by multiplying x times negative 5, giving you a negative 5x. The FOIL method continues when you multiply negative 5 by x, equaling out to another negative 5x. And then you do your final step in the FOIL method, which is negative 5 multiplied by negative 5, which equals positive 25. Combining like terms is what you need to do next, where you combine negative 5x and the other negative 5x, which equals negative 10x. Now to organize a problem, you write it all out. The current problem you have is the quantity x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals x plus 7. With looking at this problem, you may notice you have to set the problem to 0. This means that you have to subtract one side of the problem to both sides. In this instance, you would subtract x and 7 to its like terms in the problem, x squared minus 10x plus 25. You now subtract x from negative 10x and 7 from positive 25. And finally, to complete the process of setting it to 0, you solve from there. Now, you should have the problem x squared minus 11x plus 18 equals 0. To figure out the final steps of this problem, you have to factor the current problem that you have. You need to ask yourself, what two factors add up to negative 11, but when they are multiplied together, you get positive 18. You go through the factors of 18, and you start off with negative 1 and negative 18. That equals 18, of course, but does not add up to negative 11. You then go to the factors of negative 9 and negative 2. It obviously gets positive 18 when you multiply, and now you look if it adds up to negative 11. And of course, it adds up to negative 11, and you complete your factoring process by getting the answer, the quantity x minus 9 multiplied by the quantity x minus 2 equals 0, which you cannot forget. Since it's equal to 0, you do both parts of the factored problem, which is the quantity x minus 9 times the quantity x minus 2. X minus 9 set equal to 0 equals 9, and x minus 2 set equal to 0 equals 2. Now you have to check with both of these answers you have received from factoring the problem x squared minus 11x plus 18. To check, you simply plug in both of the answers, which are 9 and 2, to the original problem of x equals the square root of x plus 7 plus 5. You plug in 9 first, so you get 9 equals the square root of 9 plus 7 plus 5. The square root of 9 plus 7 adds up to 16, which equals 4, because the square root of 16 is, of course, 4. So now you have 9 equals 4 plus 5, which is true. You can now make sure that 9 is indeed one of your answers. To check your other answer, 2, you have to do the same process. You have 2 equals the square root of 2 plus 7 plus 5. And 2 plus 7 equals 9, which equals 3. So 2 does not work. Your final answer equals 9.